On a cold afternoon in November 1971, a man carrying a simple briefcase walked into Portland International Airport. Nobody knew his name, and nobody knew that within hours he would become the center of one of America's greatest unsolved mysteries. The man purchased a one-way ticket under the name Dan Cooper for Northwest Orient Airlines Flight 305, a Boeing 727 traveling from Portland to Seattle. Once inside the plane, Cooper took a seat near the back of the aircraft. To other passengers, he looked like an ordinary businessman, but he was hiding a dangerous secret. Shortly after takeoff, Cooper handed a note to a flight attendant. At first, she thought it was just a normal message, but when she read it, everything changed. The note revealed that Cooper was not an ordinary passenger. He claimed he had a bomb and demanded $200,000 in cash, 4 parachutes, and a safe landing in Seattle. As the plane waited on the runway in Seattle, authorities had no choice but to follow Cooper's demands. They prepared a bag containing $200,000 in cash and gathered the parachutes he requested. After landing in Seattle, Cooper released the passengers but kept the crew on board. Once his demands were met, he prepared for the next part of his plan. With the ransom money and parachutes on board, Flight 305 took off again. Cooper ordered the pilots to fly south toward Reno, Nevada. Nobody knew what he planned to do next. During the flight, Cooper remained calm. He put on a parachute, attached the money bag, and prepared to disappear into the darkness below. Somewhere over southwestern Washington, Cooper lowered the aircraft stairs and jumped into the night. It was the last confirmed sighting of the mysterious hijacker. The next morning, the largest search operation in the history of the Pacific Northwest began. Hundreds of investigators searched forests, rivers, and mountains looking for any sign of D.B. Cooper. The FBI opened a major investigation called NORJAC, short for Northwest Hijacking. Agents collected evidence, interviewed witnesses, and tried to uncover Cooper's true identity. Because Cooper had hidden his identity behind sunglasses and a calm attitude, investigators relied on witness descriptions to create a sketch of the mysterious man. Investigators believed Cooper may have landed somewhere in the wilderness of Washington state, but the area was enormous, and the search produced very few answers. Months turned into years, but no evidence proved what happened to Cooper. The case became one of America's most famous unsolved mysteries. For nearly 9 years, investigators found almost nothing. Then, in 1980, a surprising discovery brought the case back into the spotlight. The money was identified as part of the $200,000 ransom given to Cooper in 1971. But the discovery created even more questions than answers. If Cooper's money reached the river, investigators wondered how it got there. Did Cooper survive the jump? Did someone find the money later? Or was there another explanation? Over the decades, hundreds of people claimed to know the identity of D.B. Cooper. Investigators examined many suspects, but none were ever proven to be the hijacker. Some believe Cooper successfully escaped and lived a quiet life. Others believe the dangerous jump into the stormy night was impossible to survive. As the years passed, the story of D.B. Cooper became more than just a criminal investigation. It became a mystery that fascinated people around the world. Even decades after the hijacking, the FBI continued receiving tips and investigating possible leads, but every new clue eventually reached a dead end. Over the years, investigators received messages from people claiming to be Cooper or claiming to know his identity. Most were false, but each one created new speculation. In the modern era, the mystery found a new generation of followers. Researchers, journalists, and ordinary people continued searching for answers. More than 50 years later, one question remains: who was D.B. Cooper, And what really happened after he jumped into the night? One popular theory suggests that Cooper survived the jump. Supporters believe he landed safely, escaped with the money, and lived the rest of his life under a different identity. However, many investigators believe the jump was too dangerous. Cooper had little experience with parachutes, and the stormy night conditions made survival uncertain. Today, there are countless theories about what happened to D.B. Cooper. Some believe he was a criminal mastermind. Others believe he was simply a man who took a desperate gamble. The D.B. Cooper case remains the only unsolved hijacking in American aviation history. His identity was never confirmed, and his final moments remain unknown. More than 5 decades later, the legend of D.B. Cooper continues to live on. A man walked onto a plane in 1971, disappeared into the darkness, and left behind a mystery that may never be solved.